Welcome! Today I'm taking you with me to Gotokuji Cat Temple, which is located in the outskirts of Tokyo. We're going to go through a little bit of everything. The history, how to get there, my perspective as a photographer, and some secret spots in addition to Gotokuji itself. Now, Gotokuji Cat Temple has a very interesting story. It goes like this. There was a lord, he was out hunting with his falcons. He decided to go home, but on his way, a very fierce storm started brewing. So he sought some shelter under a tree. There was a temple nearby, and a white cat appeared. And the cat beckoned the lord to come inside. And so he did. He spent the very fierce storm inside with the monk, having tea, talking, and when he came through, the storm had pretty much decimated everything outside. He was so thankful for the cat and the temple that he donated very large sums of money and food, and eventually they came to enshrine the white cats. And you know it as the maneki-neko, which is the beckoning cat. You know, it moves its hand like this, kind of beckons you to come inside the shop, supposed to be for good fortune. Now, getting here is actually not that difficult. Basically, you want to start at Shibuya Station. From there, you want to get to the Den and Toshi line. Just make sure it's headed towards Cho-Rinkan. Now, you're going to take the train to Sangenjaya Station. From here, you're going to transfer. Now, the first time I came to this station, I was actually a little confused because the way you transfer at this station is you actually have to go outside and walk to another Sangenjaya station, which is nearby. Don't worry, there will be signs. From there, we're going to head towards Setagaya, and you're going to get off at Miyanosaka Station. The Cat Temple should be probably a 5-minute walk from here. It's quite easy, you just have to follow the tourist. Now, it's not so much about the Cat Temple itself. Actually, the journey here is one of the most beautiful experiences I've had when I visit Japan and Tokyo. You don't often get to see like the suburbs or where people live. I want to say the tram itself, because it's not as fast as the train, but it's very slow. And sometimes you get the cat-shaped train, which is very cool. Now, Miyanosaka Station itself, it's worth walking around there a little bit because I got some really nice photos that are gonna be etched into my memory of this place, especially during sundown. And of course, you can spend some time outside of Gotokuji Temple just exploring the neighborhood because it's really cool to see like Japanese houses. Now, the nice thing about this place is that there's no entry fee. And if you're like a budget-friendly traveler such as myself, that's pretty fantastic. Now, the temple does sell some ema, which is like little plates where you can write your wishes, or draw some omikuji, which is like the fortune telling. I didn't do any of that, but you can do it if you want. I was primarily there for the photos. Not only the photos of Gotokuji Cat Temple, but also photos of the station, photos of the neighborhood, photos of the temple itself, which is, I am a cat owner. You know, I have 2 white cats. So of course, I'm very interested in Gotokuji Cat Temple. And it's been on my bucket list for a long time. Additionally, there is this very cool cemetery right next to it. If you've never been to a Japanese cemetery, it is a sight to behold. Now, I do try my best not to be the loud foreigner because I'm just there taking photos, trying to be respectful, and I hope you can do the same. Now, I mentioned near sundown, you get like the real beautiful reflections of the sun as it goes down along the train tracks. And I thought I got some of my favorite photos from my trip at Miyanosaka Station. Not just there, but just like the neighborhood surrounding Gotokuji Temple itself. Like, yes, the cat pictures were fantastic. It was an experience. I've always wanted to go there. Really, I'm in it for the photos. Now, before this video began, I mentioned to you that there are some more I don't want to say secret photography spots, but they are definitely favorites. And they're located at Setagaya Station. The first one, located just outside the entrance. If you're a fan of 5 centimeters a second, which is an anime that I highly recommend, there is one scene that takes place right there. And I took the photo there, of course, but most of you would really enjoy exploring this little alleyway not so far from the station. It's about like maybe just 1 block or 1.5 blocks alleyway, but it's one of the nicest alleyways I've ever seen, and it's also a very popular photography spots among the Tokyo photographers. So I didn't know that. I just happened to come across it, but I later learned of it. So I'm very happy to have discovered it on my own. Therefore, I really recommend visiting Gotokuji Cat Temple, not just for the temple itself, but as I said, lots of nice photos at Setagaya Station. The nice tram ride there is pretty cool. The photos at Miyanosaka Station, and of course, Japanese neighborhoods, which are very cool. And of course, you can't forget the cats either, The cats at the temple itself, there were so many of them, much more than I thought. You can also buy some and add to the temple, by the way. And be sure to visit the cemetery. Spend there some time. You can thank me later. Catch you around.